Blessings. Hey, blessings. Welcome to Life's Place. Yeah. You know, you really got nowadays, you really got to be careful who is your friends and shit, even your family, because the way shit going nowadays, everybody's struggles is so much more of a struggle, more struggle than yours. And everybody, most of everybody, and you don't know anybody who is anybody that will actually put money on your head, all because they're struggling. They don't care about you struggling. They don't care if you got family, you got bills, you got this, you got a life. It's all because they got debt. They got bills, they got children, they got vacations to go to. They got, they got their house bills and shit. They got a lot of things that they got to take care of. So who are you? You know? People, places, and things will often teach us about us, and it always comes to the energy that we choose to carry when it comes to us, because we'll never know who it is. And it's not even by way of literally hurting you into the point where you're actually 6 feet under. It's stressing the fuck out of you, trying to make you miserable, try to make you so depressed, excuse me, so depressed and so lonely where, you know, you really do stay in your house where nobody knocks on your door to check up on you until months and years later, but you already passed away type of shit, right? It's the type of stress that will cause health issues, right? Mental issues outside of the emotional issues. The stress that is supposed to cause you to lose your home, become unstable, and lose your actual foundation. If you have a business, if you have children, cause that much stress to you that you lose everything. It's not literally, murking you to put you under, but it's to make you literally shit, yo. You know what depression does to people? You know what misery does to people? You know what stress does to people? It either will weaken you or cause you so much bodily malfunctions that it'll try, your body will start attacking you, right? Where your mind will start going confused. And the mind part is what people really want to get to. Because once they make the mind confused and in doubt of yourself, they can break your heart too. And once they break your heart, they put you in that misery, yo. So imagine somebody putting, yo, this is some hurt, bitter people, yo, that don't know the art of letting go. All because they want to seek revenge on you. They feel as though that they are the most high and their hurt is reason enough to justify them putting a mark on your head or a price on your head because they got debt or a house to buy. Yo, I just made a video about the Little Red Riding Hood and the Goldilocks chick. It's always about money for some people. They don't care about you or what you got to do for you. They just care about what they got to do and the hurt that they're trying to fill when it comes to the void that they're trying to fill up too. But that hurt that they holding on to is the truth of why they hurt. Is because you walked away from them hurting you. So for them hurting you and you walking away from them hurting you and not want, this is the same motherfucker that wants you to come back so that they could further hurt you. But they can't really hurt you the way that they want to hurt you. This is some fucked up shit. The ones that really can't take rejection, yo. The ones that literally don't want to accept accountability for their wrongdoings will try their best to prove to you and everyone else around you that you're the enemy, all because of the tune that they get people into dancing when the words that they speak make them dance. That's some crazy shit. So it could be like a whole ex, right? That know they did you dirty, but they're going to go around to your whole family and sit at every table at your friends' places and everything else to make them believe that something is wrong with you, just so they could lay the foundation that something really is wrong with you. by way of that stalking, that calling, that emailing. All of this bullshit is supposed to make you go crazy and make you paranoid enough that you do start losing everything. You do start having health problems, and you do end up with somebody all of a sudden knocking in the door and saying, what is wrong with you? And if you do seem out of it, oh man, yo, people are cruel. There's some long run career professional type of get that money, all because you choose you and you choose you to work out, make life work out for you. And people will actually come up with a whole narrative just to make people come against you, to have a whole CCTV type of crew around you because they're afraid of you. But the one that set them all up to look at you is the one that's more afraid of the truth and more afraid of you speaking your truth or you continuing to walk in your truth. It's a big ass reason why motherfuckers really do project towards you and do all the Wi-Fi shit and the screen recording and all of this texting and email. It all makes motherfucking sense. Because if they did put a life insurance out part, they probably did. They need for you to go crazy. They need for people to come around you close enough so that they can poison you. And if you did smoke or any type of illicit stuff, right? You would need a buddy, but you would have to be a damsel in distress. And when you're a damsel in distress, you need your hand out. And when your hand is out, you're supposed to be willing to do anything for that hand to be filled. This is some cruel ass thinking, yo. This is some nefarious ass, mischievous ass thinking. All for money. When they can't run the system or game the system and the scamming and scheming doesn't work, they have the long run game being played at the same time. So it makes sense when it comes to those, you know, what was it, 150 million people were still collecting for Social Security, even though 150 million was already passed away years ago. It's the same thing that, you know, with your little 5 cent, 10 cent here, there. It's like a whole fucking, what the hell, yo? I was reading the other day about the funeral. Yo, this is deep. You know, when you dig down the rabbit hole, you find a lot of shit. It's not just the pharmacy stuff, but it's just like getting down to the nitty gritty stuff of what people actually do when it comes to making an income. It's like a side hustle, job, hobby type of shit. Yo, but they put people at risk because a good amount don't know what they're putting into, and people use titles and positions, yo. That's the sad part. Because the very same people that they're using and abusing to get their part played also have kids and bills to pay and take care of too. But those are the same ones that don't give two fucks about you. They're the ones that will set up. Damn. You know how everything is connected? It's like a pyramid. A connection has to be connected in order for everything to work out. And everybody gets paid at the same time. So how much is the fucking life insurance policy if a lot of motherfuckers is paying? I mean, really working. So if it was a $5 million and there's 50 people, how much are they gonna get? I mean, you know, when you really think about it, damn. You ever watch ID? It's like I watch these shows, these criminal shows and shit. And Dexter. It's like they all line up with the history and the fables, the folklores, the fairy tales, the storybooks shits. They all line up. It's not imaginary. Shit was thought out because it was already done. But again, it's a story already written. And you're never supposed to be walking and talking and living and moving in your truth. And it's all because of envious, what is it? Envious and jealousy. And for folks judging a book by its cover and not doing their research or even asking the source. It's just believing. But then again, look at history, yo. History repeats itself because of the fact that there's a belief without asking questions, let alone researching or asking the source or going to the source. So people willingly entertain themselves with the untruths because the truth is harder to swallow. Because the truth is what they got to face. Because the bitter pill that they took made them just as spiteful. You got to be careful what you eat when it comes to the vision of you and the hearing of you, especially the touch, let alone what you digest when it comes to the people, places, and things around you. Because you literally don't know who will try to poison you. Because you never know who's going to be chomping on the Klondike bar around you. And you can't fault nobody because of the fact that, everybody got bills. Everybody got a struggle. And not everybody can handle what they go through. But dang, yo, it's only a certain few. That's that 1%, really. That 1% really isn't about the tri-billionaires or the billionaires. The 1% is the ones that's still moving in the dark to try to keep everything their way. And that's the masochist, the narcissist, and all them pygmies that's still sitting in the dark trying to take people's lives just because they don't want to make a way, or the way that was made for them. They can't keep it going the way it was. This shit is retarded as fuck, yo. Because you would think if motherfuckers work together, we could have a whole black Wall Street all around. Yet the sparsity is in the falsehoods that people really believe in because of the trust and loyalty and respect put on the wrong places. Motherfuckers is following Goldilocks instead of Little Red Riding Hood. Motherfuckers become the wolves and shit, right? They want to be the bears. They want to be the bears. For real, they do. They want to go into the houses for free. They want to eat everybody's soup for free. They want to sleep well for free. It makes sense to follow the falsehood of the wig. Fuck, yo. But then you got Wall Street literally playing with people's lives, whereas we're fighting to actually have a life. But those who actually make a life got a whole bunch of people that don't want them to have that life because they can't build a life for themselves. It's the codependency a good amount of people really thrive off of, because the dependent part really is the part that entertains them. It thrives, they thrive off of that shit. But to be independent is much harder because there's no system to depend on but your own system. There's no program to depend on but the program that you fucking make yourself. But those are the very same ones that will take your program, your blueprint, and try to copy it and mimic it and get mad at you because it doesn't replicate the same venues as you, the same shit as you, the same numbers, or even the energy exchange as you. People put money on other people's head all because they got bills, yet never thinking of another's bill. But that cause always has an effect. No matter how long it takes, it's always going to have an effect. Not only on them, but it'll be on them. It's like people really do cut themselves off from their own root, from the tree of life, right? All because of the deeds that they want to do to you, for you, taking care of you. That's the crazy part. When we're all here to maintain our purpose, yet We are always distracted by those that seek no other purpose but to distract those with a purpose. And people are really easily influenced away from their purpose by the lust, the power, and the greed. So if they can offer you a Klondike bar, will you chase it is the question. If they offer you this, will you chase it is the question, because the Most High provides all, right? But all you got to do is believe and believe in yourself and have faith too, just as if you are that mustard seed. But there are some that will influence those into believing that they are not a mustard seed at all and that they are, you know, but they're forever chasing or they're forever waiting for any of those seeds to actually fruit so that they can gain a harvest. But the only harvest that they're getting is the little bits. Oh, damn. So the one that's breadcrumbing you is the one that's used to being breadcrumbed. Ain't this a bitch? So that motherfucker ain't never had a full pie. Ain't that a motherfucker? So the shit makes fucking hella sense. So a motherfucker that's used to eating breadcrumbs. This is going to a whole nother fucking thought because somebody's in my energy. So the motherfucker that's used to eating breadcrumbs, they got a taste of the full pie. Will never go to the breadcrumbs again because they're going to wonder what's in the pie, what's in the recipe, what are the ingredients so they can make their own motherfucking pies. Ain't this a motherfucker to take them to the water? Yo, it's time to sleep. You could take a person to the water to learn how to fish. You can teach them how to fish. They will either eat what they got or they will continue on to feed themselves for a lifetime, right? But there are those that'll be so mad at the motherfucker that's learning to fish for a lifetime because they only sat there to eat the fish. Yo, the way it plays out in my head, the stories come together. I wish I could explain it, but it's gonna come. It'll probably come in a video or another live. But it's like, oh man, discernment is key. And that's really paying attention to your actual Merkaba, your body, on the signals that it signals to you, on when to pay attention and what to pay attention to. Because your body lights up, by way of your sweat, your fucking hair start standing up and shit. It's not just the hairs on the back of your neck, it's like the hairs, the goosebumps and shit. You start sweating, your stomach, drops. It's just like a whole bunch of senses your body tells you. But the only way that we can actually sense our own sensibilities is in the quiet. But we're always distracted, and that's for a reason. The reason is to distract you from the quiet. But with that quiet, you sense your own sensibilities. And with that sensing of your sensibilities, you know your energy. And knowing your energy is knowing what energies, oh, well, shit, not what. Well, yeah, what. Because the what is the entities that's projecting to you. Because the Merkaba, the body that's holding it, can't hold it in themselves, and they have to blame you. They have to project they have to project towards your reflection in order for you to feel that energy. It's up to you to choose to want to accept that energy. And when you accept that energy, you're taking in that energy and you're moving in that energy. You're breathing that energy. You're transmuting that. You're either transmuting that energy or you're living in that energy. Where you accepted that energy to move like that energy, where they have you on a puppet string. But to transmute that energy is to create with that energy. Therefore, you're moving with your own energy. To accept it is to either learn it or to move in it. So those that have been so used to accepting breadcrumbs, damn, have been dry the whole time. And the water that they've been drinking has been pouring out in they sweat from the slave. Whoa, oh damn, slavery, labor. I was gonna say labor. Well, the slave labor that they have to do in order to provide, because those that are codependent are gaining more benefits from you sweating and never tasting the real water. Damn. So when you do get a taste of the waterfall, you actually get to the water. Yeah. All right, it makes sense. I'm talking to myself now. It makes sense on how energy really does connect to you when you are aligned to the energy that you want to align to. And you really do have to pay mind to those that really pull on your energy that benefits from you. Because that's that codependent energy that is more in fear of being independent because of the fact that they're not dependent on themselves. They are the one that's lacking faith in themselves when it comes to them being a mustard seed. So it makes sense for them to really try to make you cry, really put you in your misery, just so it's easier for them. That's some coward shit, though. That's that motherfucker that sit up there and snuff you from behind and say that they got you. The one that really can't stand up in front of you to speak their truth, all because the lies that they told was more entertaining. Energy is so real that a person can touch you and tell you a whole story. Just the same as looking into someone's eyes, they can imprint into you and you wondering why they're always looking at you. Anyways, yo, note the most I got you until I come back with another thought. Have a good one. Bye.